For the first time, we're getting an idea of just how much rents are increasing across the province because of the growth of short-term rentals such as Airbnb. A new study says over the past 5 years, renters are paying up to 20% more as long-term housing is taken off the market. And as CTV's Alyssa Thibault reports, it's renewing calls for the province to take action.
Rents across the province are skyrocketing, and researchers from McGill University say the boom in short-term rentals in the last 5 years is partly to blame.
Maybe as much as 20% of all the increases in rent in the province can be explained by the growth of short-term rentals during that time period.
The study found as of June, there's around 28,000 active listings every day in BC, a nearly 18% increase year over year, taking nearly 17,000 housing units off the long-term rental market.
I'm not surprised by it.
This researcher with watchdog Airbnb says the study confirms what many have been feeling.
When we saw the data and saw the results, but we couldn't really help but thinking that tenants pay an Airbnb tax all across British Columbia.
Vancouver is the only municipality to have short-term rental controls. The study calls it a success story in bringing housing units back onto the market. But even with controls, operators are still skirting the rules. Councillor mi-jung says more enforcement is coming, but the city needs support.
And we really need some support from the province to make sure the legislation can empower us to do a better job in terms of the enforcement.
This is the first time I've seen this kind of raw data.
The housing minister says legislation is coming in the fall, hinting it may involve forcing short-term rental companies to enforce rules.
With the legislation that we're bringing forward, that will be an important part of it. It won't be just the landlords that have responsibility. We believe the companies have a responsibility.
When we have evidence and data like this, then what we need is for government to act.
The BC Greens are calling for a provincial registry to keep track of short-term rental operators. The housing minister wouldn't say if that's part of the plan. Alyssa Thibault, CTV News, Vancouver.